everyone. It is Wednesday today. It is July, and I'm in the library right now, and I just feel so blessed that I'm able to do this today. And I'm sitting here with, so I have a bunch of different journals. This is my prayer journal, and then this is my kind of like my intuitive journal. I use it for pulling cards, and then this is my what's that word, morning pages journal. So I don't know, I just feel very blessed today. I dropped my daughter off. They have this is why I really like small town living. The city that I live in is they have a lot of resources that we can use, and I feel safe using it when it comes to my daughter. So she is in kind of like, it's like a childcare thing that they set up locally. So I went ahead and dropped her off there, and right by it, I'm here in the library as well. So it's just really nice to be able to do this. They have a lot of different events that you can do. They have a little art center here also, where you can just certain days of the week you can just basically go and take your art to the studio and just like work alongside other people, which I find to be so nice. I also wanted to show um, the card that I pulled this morning, and it's called Path Making. It says forge and create. So this is from a an oracle deck that's called the Cozy Comfy Witch, and it just really resonated with me. So I'm going to be writing in my journal about what is coming up for me when I look at this card, look at the imagery, etc. Okay, so I finally have some shade and some privacy to talk to y'all. I've been wanting to for a while, but I feel like I still am picking up the pieces of my life, and still kind of healing at the same time. And I'm sorry for the wind. It is really, really hot today. It's 109 degrees when I checked, but I'm at this really beautiful shady spot. As you can see, it's by the amphitheater in my library, at my library, and they were having, I also want to share with you, this is how abundance I'm feeling today. And I also want to show you the amphitheater here, but then I also don't want to give out my location. Anyway, they were giving out free books in the library. While I was journaling, I came across this book that I was like, this is so cute. It's called Household Hints and Handy Tips. It's just really, I don't know, it called out to me. It looks really cute. There's stuff about dog behavior problems. There's just everything. It's just a cacophony of random stuff that I could use. But yeah, I just wanted to talk to you today about how I've been feeling the most safe that I ever have in my life. And whew, such a breath of fresh air. I feel like quitting my full-time job, my full-time sales job that was 40 plus hours a week, has been the best decision that I've ever made. I was really scared when I did it, came up to like a breaking point basically, where I felt like I didn't have space in my life to do anything other than work. I was so exhausted, and I still am, you know. I sleep a lot, and part of it is due to my medication, but I also think part of it was due to burnout. And little by little by little, I am starting to feel safe in my body, safe in the home that I've chosen for myself, and my dogs. Oops, the water just fell. It's kind of windy. For my dogs and my daughter, and you know, I feel like I have really worked hard on myself to find a partner that makes me feel safe and seen and supported. Um, and I'm slowly starting. It's still not there. I have a lot of blockages, I think, when it comes to that, but I'm starting to find my own tribe. Or at this point in my life, I think I want to call in like friends and family, family, where I feel supported and I get to do the same for others as well. Um, and I'm just so grateful, you know? I'm so grateful that I stuck with my inner work. I stuck with being dedicated to all the programs, all the 12-step programs that I was in. Um, I still am a part of them. I'm just not as rigorous with it as I was in the start, which I needed. But at the same time, I also need to stay connected to those programs in order to be in the next stage of my life and to also be of service to others, which is still really hard for me to do because I feel like my whole life has been about catering to others in order to make myself feel validated. But yeah, it's it's a miracle. It's a miracle for me to be in this part of my life. The wind is so crazy, and my one arm is burning. But yeah, I like to be able to say fuck you to a traditional way of living. If I feel like a lot of you don't know what I do, but currently I am an online SW. Look it up. I don't really want to bring it up because I feel like that. Well, I don't know. I'm gonna get dings or whatever here on YouTube for that, but it has helped me to make up my own hours, and I have put in a lot of work for it as well, just not in your traditional like 8 hours a day, 40 hours a week style. Like I've put in some days I've worked like 10 hours, some days I've worked 2 hours, some days I didn't work at all, but it was on me to choose that, you know what I mean? And then little by little it's opening up my channels to, or my life to do what I really, really want to do, which is art and create. And I am able to start to do that. I still have blockages. I'm still very blocked when it comes to making art now because I feel like I don't feel safe doing that anymore. Or sometimes creativity comes in phases in my life where I'll completely just not paint or do anything for like a year, and then I'll do it for 2 years, and then I will do it again for 3 years. It all just depends on the phase of my life that I'm going through. And I realized this, that before, the times that I did create came out of survival mode. It, or at least the last few times. There have been times when I've done it just because, I got a burst of creativity and I was like creating. But then the last few times when I did it, I realized that it came out of survival mode and I wanted to do it because do you hear the cicadas? It's crazy. I also found like there's like a little cicada shell somewhere over here. I kind of want to take it. Is that weird? Um, but yeah, this time I think the creations that I'll be making will be under my terms, and it's exactly how I want it to be, and it necessarily won't have the pressure of like wanting to sell it or wanting to make a living out of it. I also feel safe when it comes to food. I feel like a lot of my disordered eating, a lot of the dieting habits and stuff that I had earlier was also like a defense mechanism. I am going to move a little bit forward so I have some shade. Yeah, it was a part of like, it was like a defense mechanism thing for me where I was doing it because I wanted to feel relevant in the world. And also I didn't want to take up space, and whatever space I was taking up, I wanted it to be attractive, if that makes sense. But now I feel like finally in my life, I'm eating whatever I want, and I am being active the way that I want to. So I joined True Fusion. It's like hot yoga, and it's been really nice because I feel like yoga is my jam. You know, I love yoga, and mentally it feels good, the heat feels good, but I don't have to do it every day. I don't have to do it majority of the week. You know what I mean? I can do other things. So I signed up for, and I'm so glad that I have the money and the resources to be able to do this as well. I signed up for like my first ever ballet class. I've been wanting to try ballet, and I've also wanted to try like different forms of dance. I also do like water aerobics, and I've been taking swim lessons. And last week I finally I know this is embarrassing. I don't know how to really properly swim, but I finally like treaded water in the deep pool, and like what joy. How amazing is that? So like I brought flowers for myself at the grocery. Like I gave myself permission to beautify my own home. And it's just, look at the trees. Isn't it freaking beautiful? I feel like maybe I'm just gonna sit down here for a little bit before I head home. But yeah, I feel very blessed. And I want you to feel the same as well. I'll talk to you soon.